Hi there, welcome to another edition of Millionaire Perspective, and in this video I'm going to show you the most expensive movie budget, the Avengers Endgame. The grave course of events set in motion by Thanos that wiped out half the universe and fractured the Avengers' ranks compels the remaining Avengers to take one final stand in Marvel Studios' grand conclusion to 22 films, Avengers Endgame. Spoiler alert, maybe. And while you've probably heard about the tremendous box office success of Avengers Endgame finally beating the hell out of Avatar, I bet you've got no idea how much it cost to produce. Give you a hint, a lot. And the most unexpectedly expensive scene of Avengers Endgame. Think you know what it was? Avengers Endgame broke box office records beyond anyone's expectation. The movie was the last of Marvel's 22 films, and it grossed more than $2 billion worldwide. It sits just ahead of Avatar, the second highest grossing film of all time. The movie may have made a ridiculous amount of money, but how much did it cost to produce the record-setting film? Like to find out? Hit the red button below this video to subscribe to this channel and bell button to get notified of our new videos every single day. Let's dive in. Since the release of the blockbuster movie Avengers Endgame, it has become one of the most talked about premieres in ages. And the moment tickets went on sale on April 2nd, people were buying them up like crazy. AMC Theaters' website crashed due to the volume of sales, with some AMC theaters hosting Marvel movie marathons, which showed all 21 Marvel movies before premiering Endgame, which was the franchise's 22nd and final film. The movie was essentially treated as more of a worldwide event rather than just a film premiere. With a reported budget of $356 million, Avengers Endgame stands as one of the most expensive films of all time. Here it is. The production. The American superhero film, Avengers Endgame, is based on the Marvel Comics superhero team The Avengers, produced by Marvel Studio and distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures. They are the sequels to Marvel's The Avengers and The Avengers Age of Ultron, directed by Anthony Russo and produced by Kevin Feige. Production of film began in Marvel Studios as Infinity Stones and officially announced a year later as Avengers Infinity War 1 and 2. Early 2015, the Russo brothers, Marcus and McFeely, joined the project, and in December 2018, Marvel revealed the movie title as Avengers Endgame. Filming of Avengers Endgame began on August 10, 2017 at Pinewood Atlanta Studios in Fayette County, Georgia, and concluded on January 11, 2018, with additional filming in the downtown and metro Atlanta areas, New York, and Scotland. Avengers Endgame is the first Hollywood film to be shot entirely in digital IMAX using a new camera developed alongside Arri, with the final production hitting the premiere. And it was finally released on April 26, 2019. How much did Avengers Endgame cost? Guess you've been waiting for this. Now, while it's still safe to say that Avengers Endgame is one of the biggest films of all time, Box Office Comparison piece measures how it stacks up to other franchise conclusions in terms of production, cast, spectacle, and story. The culmination of this 11 years of storytelling and the 22nd movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is expected to lead 2019 at the box office with a record-breaking opening of $282 million in North American ticket sales, which would shatter the previous high, $258 million, set for Infinity War the previous year. With a reported budget of $356 million and a box office budget of $2.796 billion, The Avengers Endgame stands as one of the most expensive films of all time. And based on the co-director Joe Russo's recent comments at San Diego Comic-Con, it sounded like a significant portion of their funding went towards a single star-studded scene. What scene is that? The most expensive scene in Avengers Endgame, with almost no special effects. From the climactic battle in the ruins of the team's destroyed complex to shots involving time travel, Avengers Endgame is chock full of special effects-driven shots that probably cost Marvel Studios and Disney at least a snapped universe worth of money. Despite the obviousness of this, however, directors Joe and Anthony Russo revealed that the film's most expensive shot didn't have that many CGI effects in it. Speaking with Kevin Smith at Comic-Con, the Russos, screenwriters Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, and actor Anthony Mackie explained that Endgame's most costly scene has less to do with effects and more to do with salaries. Of course, they were talking about the funeral of Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark. We used to joke, and I don't know if it's joking, it's probably the most expensive shot in movie history, Joe explained. That's a lot of salaries on the screen there. At the very least, it's the most expensive day of extras in movie history, outside of Cleopatra. Breakdown of Avengers Endgame budget. Actor cost. It appears the Marvel bosses tried to keep things simple by paying all 4 Avengers actors the same. The standardization in actor pay could also be due to many of the cast members signing multi-film deals years in advance of the production of Endgame. Not all actors' salaries are known, but it has been reported that Robert Downey Jr. took as much as half of the total Avengers Endgame acting budget. Here's the breakdown. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Robert Downey Jr., who's played Iron Man since 2018, negotiated with Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige to receive back-end profit of the series. The actor is estimated to have earned at least $75 million from last year's Infinity War, which grossed over $2 billion and will likely make more from Endgame, with the film smashing box office records and earning $1.2 billion in its opening weekend alone.
Dang!
For 2017, Spider-Man's Homecoming, it's believed to earn $5 million a day for what amounted to 3 days' work. Chris Hemsworth, who originally signed on for 5 films back in 2010, renegotiated his contract to play Thor in Infinity War and Endgame, earning between $15 million and $20 million per film, and Chris Evans, who plays Captain America, also renegotiated the same $15 to $20 million deal after his 5-picture contract was up. And while Scarlett Johansson's salary for Endgame is itself unknown, she's expected to earn $20 million for both starring in and producing the next standalone Black Widow film set for release in 2020. Production expenses. The biggest production expenses are typically for visual effects, music, and post-production. Disney also paid 2 writers, 2 directors, 12 producers, and a huge supporting crew. They also had massive production design investments, live set and studio costs, costumes, catering, accommodations, transportation, travel, hotel stay, etc. You get the idea. Marketing expenses. The reported $200 million marketing spend is the most hotly disputed aspect of Avengers Endgame budget. As many have noted, the $200 million figure represents the media value of Marvel global promo partner pushes. In other words, this is not the money Disney is spending to market the movie directly. The $200 million number is just the estimate worth of all of the Endgame P&A marketing plus all corporate partner tie-ins. One part of the marketing budget that is not in doubt is the domestic TV ad spend. Boom! $24.5 million, which can be used to estimate the total international marketing spend. We expect that domestic television advertising spend for Avengers Endgame to exceed that of Captain Marvel, $37.6 million in total, as spending continues over the summer. And finally, the 11 years Marvel Studios has gotten the biggest movie of all time. The record-breaking news coincides with this weekend's announcements of 10 new projects, movies, and television shows that symbolize Phase 4 of its grand design. It would be quite a feat if any of those movies turn out to be as big as Endgame, but remember, it took 11 years of storytelling to get to Endgame. Give Marvel 11 more years and anything's possible. And even though it may take a while before we receive another official confirmation on the franchise's next ensemble epic, the next era is set to launch in 2020 with the release of Black Widow on May 1st. And if you think otherwise, let's hear your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it on social media. See you guys around.